Hello and welcome to WolfBitOdyssey. I'm Morris Moosdale, and this is a movie review of Universal Soldier, Regeneration. An amazing reboot to a film in the 90s. Yeah. Probably could been done in 2009. That a movie that I really liked Universal Soldier when it first came out with Jean Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren. But of course, that movie has its flaws. It hasn't aged well. But you could have some fun with it, I guess. If you want to see Dolph Lundgren and Jean Claude Van Damme in the same film and fight each other, it works. I like those characters. And even in this one, it takes that up a notch. Like, everything this film does is better than the original. There was Universal Soldier, The Return. It's starring Jean Claude Van Damme and Goldberg. If you know who Goldberg is, he was a wrestler in WCW. He starred in that film. That film is such a different movie than the original. Or the original was done well for what it is. Like, I like the attention to detail they went in the original with the suits, the weapons, the tech. Like, they had these headsets that could be work as microphones and also monitors. They could see what the Universal Soldier was seeing. I'm pretty sure. But then you could just take it off. Not in this film. They drill it inside the guy's head. So you can't take it off. Like, the set design, the costumes, the cast is so good. They rebuild the lore behind it. The fiction behind the film. Like how you would go about making a super soldier, a unisol, they would call them in this film. Jean-Claude Van Damme reprises his role, and you see how he is. Like, he's the one soldier that got away and was trying to be reintroduced to society by this lady somewhere in Europe. Like, it's a foreign film. It is. I was so excited when it came out. I want to say I bought it really as soon as I could. As soon as I learned that it was out. I probably did. I could be wrong. Could have bought it later. Bought it at a time when I didn't have a lot of cash, but I wanted specific films, and this is one of them. This is one of my favorites. Like it's a guilty pleasure for me. Like, I don't what film was I talking about earlier? That was, oh, right. Like, this is for me. Like, the Wolverine, that was the film I talked about recently. That was like, I like this film. I know it's good, and I like that it happened, but it hurts me that it didn't get good sales. That people don't think too highly of it. But this one, I don't care what anybody thinks. This film is for me, all for me. It does a lot right. I'm gonna say everything right. I'm gonna say that. It shows how strong these unisols are, how proficient they are with firearms and with the martial arts. And the fiction is there, the context is there, the cast is there. You really get a sense of what they are and what they're capable of in a way that the first couple of films didn't do too well. You're curious to what the return, yeah, Universal Soldier Return. 2, is it 2? But I still like that film, even though it's trash. But this one, I could say, if you're interested in the Universal Soldier, get this one. It even says on the box, best of the series, and I agree with that. They did make a sequel, Day of Reckoning, but that's mixed bag. It's a really mixed bag. There's nudity. There's a lot of nudity, and it doesn't have the same feel. Like a lot of the film takes place in Chernobyl, which is not a fun place, but it works for the film. Why I say, like, there's one long shot that's probably like 20 to 5 minutes, all choreographed. You just see you follow Jean Claude Van Damme through this place, and he's just shooting everybody in this house. And in this house, this building, it's all in one shot, done so damn well, and it's amazing. That attention to detail in that one long shot, that's impressive. That's so good. That just blows my mind. You gotta understand, on one whole shot, and everything happens the way it was orchestrated so nicely. Like, everything is working for this film. I haven't watched it in a while, so I can't speak too much of the soundtrack. How I remember it is very quiet. It's trying to it's going for a mood. Like, it's just kind of depressing. It's trying to play up the dramatic sense of it, I believe. I'm sure that I believe there's just one shot, one wide shot, and all you hear is this guy beating into this one Unisol beating into this other Unisol for a good 30 to a minute, 30 to 60 seconds, and he's beating his skull in, and that's that to me encapsulates the film. To have that kind of violence and brutality. Like, it probably should be in my top 20, but I don't know. I think I just take it out of the equation since it came in so late. It came in, and it's only for me. It doesn't do too much for anything else. Like, this is a film that if you're my friend, or and you haven't seen any of the Universal Soldier films, this is the one I'm gonna sit people down, like, watch this movie. It's so damn good. You gotta think about it. The concept, the execution, the cinematography, the orchestrated scenes, the cast. Like, look at that. He has an amazing gun. They're wearing proper attire. You got the Pitbull guy. And there's one character in it, one actor that's in it that plays in Tekken, the movie. He plays Jin in Tekken, and he's in this film. He's the one Asian guy, one Asian Unisol that fights the Pitbull, the one that's evil. I want to say. I forget the plot. There's some organization like The trailer is so amazing for this film. I'm gonna stop and watch that right now.
Soldier. You were very good today. The mission is simple. Gentlemen, we'll be fighting against the perfect soldier. The battle. We're going in. Impossible. Plane back. Pull him out. Our only hope is to start him up again. I'm going back. Standing in his way.
Oh.
Been over this all before. This time, Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky and Dolph Lundgren again take on Jean Claude Van Damme in the final showdown. Universal Soldier Regeneration. Coming soon.
Wow. It took film a long time to understand what the appeal of these visuals are. To have this kind of camo, this kind of equipment, these kind of firearms, the military tactics, the military training, and to go as far as they do, to have that vision of how these universal soldiers will fight each other. It's a good time. This is the film that I'm gonna sit people down. If you haven't watched this film, and we know each other, we talk, I'm gonna sit people down and I'm gonna like, watch this film. This film's amazing. You're gonna like it. If you don't like it, we're not friends. See you later. Bye. Why am I wasting my time? This is that kind of film for me. Okay. I'm Morris Moosdale, WolfBitOdyssey. Thanks for watching this a very good movie review that I feel so passionate about. Alright?